Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Weekend Forecast for the weekend of April 13th and 14th, 2013. I'm astrologer David Palmer, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, I'm talking to you from my car because that's this Aries energy. I got places to go, things to do. This is the only time I can do the horoscope, but really powerful stuff going on because Mercury is slipping into Aries. So this weekend is a big processing of what all this fate has been about, the new relationships that are coming into your life, the new people, the new you, the new identification of who you are, and the new value. That's because also we have Venus, which is going to switch into Taurus. So Mercury and Venus are kind of switching things out, but that Aries energy will still be there. You know, one thing is when Venus moves out of a sign and moves into another one, you really do feel the impact of that. I mean, we are going to really slip into the natural sign of Venus, which is Taurus. And this is going to be some really shifty energy that comes at the beginning of next week, but we don't get in there until Monday. It's Mercury that comes in to join this really big party in Aries for the last punch of the identification of like the most power you can have in understanding the new you, the identity of yourself. So this is really exciting because this gives you the opportunity now to really start to process what the hell has been going on. Mercury, that's been in Pisces for so long, has been, you know, really floaty, having to listen to how spirit does things. I mean, this is like spirit giving you all the information, which for our logical mind, it can be kind of hard. It can be kind of tough, you know, for us to really understand what's been happening. But now that Mercury comes into Aries, we are sharper. There is a lot of fire in the mind. We are able to communicate more passionately, and now that Mercury is going to be coming up and closer to Uranus, this is really going to stimulate our minds. There's going to be a lot of electricity. So this weekend really starts to bring some very powerful dynamic understanding to your life. Plus, we just had a solar flare that's directed to Earth that's going to hit this weekend. So talk about crazy internal energy of like understanding the self and the power of this new self, and the moon in Gemini, so more of this exciting energy as it conjuncts with Jupiter this weekend to really bring out this, wow, this like new idea of what's going on, this new part of self. Plus Pluto is now retrograded. So this weekend, this is the new structure that we have been building for the last 6 months of your life. The new rules you have laid down, the new concrete you've laid down to test out how dry it is, if it's going to be you getting stuck into the old system or if you're really going to step into this new self, and how well this new system holds up. This is really about the new system in your life holding up, because I'd say the most powerful thing is, yes, Pluto going retrograde and Mercury coming into Aries. Those are pretty powerful. But the sun is getting closer and closer to Mars, which means we are getting stronger. There is more to find out what's happening in our courage again, more understanding of our strength. This only comes around, you know, once a year to really understand where we must go, you know. It's like, that's the one thing about the sun. Whenever the sun comes around to hit planets, it really does give you the clarity if you understand those planets well. If you understand right now where your direction is of your new self, of your new life, this is the weekend, and all that's next week is the last push of this fate into you. Go, 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 energy, go. And Mercury's here to help you understand it. It's time for you to speak up about what your needs are, what your wants are. This is the first round of it, so it's going to be a lot of, you know, what are the first things that you can really start to communicate to get out there? You know, there's a lot of this like first round energy of us really starting to understand this new self. But we can go out there and go push it and be part of it. Oh, I gotta get into the gate. Well, this is kind of good because I can't get in this spot, but I can talk to you while I call this person. I'm actually calling my dad. But really powerful stuff, really awesome. This is the greatest weekend of all time to enjoy this new self, to really enjoy the new relationships or your existing relationships that you chose to stay with. and to really go into this new self with it, and to really push forward, and to really live in it, and to be excited. The moon in Gemini, really emotionally, we get to process so much, but we can't forget to go with the flow. The flow is so important, you know, and listen to all the signs. This solar flare that's hitting us right now is going to really process and internalize and crystallize in your DNA this new self. So, woo, really exciting. And plus, you know, Venus and Aries, this is the last time of this really exciting passion, you know, in a relationship. Go embrace somebody, you know, go out there and get really into the understanding of that value of yourself and own it. This is a weekend to own it. This is a weekend to live in it. This is a weekend for excitement. This is a weekend for the people who enjoy the excitement in life, the fire, the passion, the air, firing the last bit of this passion. Because the moon, this whole weekend's going to touch all the fun stuff that's been going on in Aries, all of it. And really it will come into a place for you to really understand. So, check out my website. This is the end of my sale. If you're an existing customer, you know, the discount code is I love you. And if you are a new customer, it is anniversary. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. InclusiveAstrology.com. If you have any questions, hit me up at my website. Hope you are doing wonderful, and I'll see you then.